Welcome to the Clubhouse Cafe morning show on this Friday morning. I am Keith Gibson, your host each and every weekday morning, Monday through Friday, here on Clubhouse217.com. And my guest today is the Vice President of 217 Mortgage and a good friend of mine, Mr. Justin Gensler. Justin, welcome to the Clubhouse Cafe morning show.
Good morning, Keith.
I'm glad you're here with us. You're going to be here with us all morning. We're going to talk a little bit of everything from mortgages to home buying to a little bit of everything, and probably some Illini basketball too, I'm guessing.
Hey, all right, yeah.
So you're gonna be with us all morning. Let's get to know you and 217 Mortgage. You have been in the business of doing home loans and mortgage for a very long time.
Yep.
Where did you start?
So I started at a small local bank, back in 2012. So, gosh, however long ago that was.
That's
now.
13 years.
I know. Back when paper applications were still. But yeah, now run the show here at 217 Mortgage. Mortgage company. Number one lender in CU. So, just keep killing it.
How did that start? How did that transition from you going from banking into 217 Mortgage?
Really looking at aligning with the right culture at the end of the day. So I really gravitated towards the residential mortgage world. So really aligning with the company from, the CEO is a mortgage guy. And from top, bottom, all we do is mortgage. So kind of cutting out all the other stuff and really just honing in and perfecting that craft on the mortgage side.
Now, where are you originally from?
Tuscola.
Right, you're originally from the area.
Yep.
Grown up here. You've been involved in the community for a number of years as well. What sets 217 Mortgage apart from everywhere else in the CU? What makes you number one?
I think it really starts within and building a culture that you can just really feel whenever you work with us. We're comprised of, now 20 of what I'm a little partial, what I would say is 20 of the best mortgage professionals in the industry. And really just, going that extra mile without sounding cliche is just really walking people through and helping them understand, being asked the tough questions, not shying away from tough questions, whether what the market is doing and everything like that, and the things you can't necessarily control, but really just kind of stepping in and, making not a super fun thing of getting a loan, fun.
Let's touch on that. Stay with me.
Yep.
We're going to get back to the music here. We'll come back and we'll talk about how that steps of what people need to do and how you walk them through it when we come back a little bit later. Sound good?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we're going to get you back to the music here on the Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show and Clubhouse Lounge Radio. Back here on Friday morning, the Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show. Keith Gibson with you. And with me, my guest today, Justin Gensler from 217 Mortgage. And Justin, originally from the area, has been in banking for 13 years. He's going to be with us all morning. We're going to talk about the steps to somebody who's maybe never got a home loan, period. Buying their first home, and you guys walk everybody through. And it's awesome. You have a great group of guys and gals who do this. What are the steps? What's the first step somebody needs to do if they're interested in buying a home?
Yep, really simple. 217mortgage.com. Start there. You're going to see a lot of nice faces there and kind of pick somebody to start with, and from really there, I kind of always call it the data entry part, right? Where it literally takes you less than 10 minutes. It's going to ask you some real basic information. You're going to come straight through to me or whoever you choose to align with. We're going to review everything, and we're going to hop on the phone with you and really just talk through the first steps. Make sure that the data was entered correctly, and then all looks well. You're going to have a letter in your hand from there.
Which is a pre-approval letter, correct?
Yes.
So it allows you then, that pre-approval letter is so important for what reason?
Well, one, it's going to show the seller that you're able to purchase the home that you're going to look at more than anything. You have buying power now. But now more than ever, with the way the industry is and properties don't last forever.
Right,
anymore.
It goes quick.
So I always just say, if you're even thinking about buying a house in the next 6 to 12 months, get your letter. That way, if the right place comes up, you're able to move on it then, if it makes sense for you.
As a buyer, it's very important to have that for that reason, because without it, you may get passed up real quick because you have somebody else bidding on a house that has a pre-approval letter.
Yes, absolutely. And I always just say, too, it's not always about the letter. I talk to people every day where they don't even know if they can yet. We have a philosophy here at 217 Mortgage is it's never no. It may not be right now, but you're at the very minimum, you're going to leave with a step-by-step plan to achieve what you're wanting to do with your next home.
And that pre-approval letter will also tell them kind of what they can buy, right?
Yes,
as far as not exactly what house, but how much they can spend on that house, right?
There's going to be a dollar amount that you're approved up to. It's going to let you know what loan type you're doing, what down payment you're going to be doing.
The important information.
For sure. Yep.
Perfect. So that's step 1.
Yep.
Let's come back here in a little bit and talk about step 2 and the rest of them. Sound good?
For sure.
All right, we're going to get you back to the music here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. This is the Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show on Clubhouse217.com. We hope you're having a great Friday morning. This is the Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show on Clubhouse217.com. Keith Gibson here with you, your host, every Monday through Friday. We've got some great guests coming up next week as well, so make sure you stay tuned. And we've got some great shows coming up, too. Don't forget about our Retro Rewind every night, 8 p.m. to midnight. The greatest 90s and 2000s hip-hop and dance songs and party songs for that Gen Z, Gen X, whatever generation it is. But we're here for you to give you that music you listened to when you were in college. But with me today is my guest, Justin Gensler, the Vice President of 217 Mortgage. We've kind of talked how to get started, getting your pre-approval letter earlier this morning. And now we're going to talk about the next steps in buying a home and getting a mortgage.
Absolutely.
What are the next steps?
I always say build your team. Okay, don't go at this alone. Okay, get connected with a trusted real estate agent in this community that can open all the doors for you. They can help you refine your search. They can somebody that you can just go to and say, this is what I want. Okay, and it may not even be on Zillow yet.
Right.
Okay, but that is kind of their job at that point, is to go find you the properties that are going to, one, not only fit your budget, but fit what your family needs are.
Because everyone's different, right?
Absolutely. I mean, certain people, they just have to have a fence. So don't show me a house without a fence, right? I got 3 dogs, and I'm just not interested.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah, it can check every other box, but I do not want to see a house without a fence, all right? So absolutely. So highly encourage just a one-on-one sit down, go through the haves, the wants,
the pros and cons.
Yes, absolutely. And then from there, you just kind of enter that shopping stage. You're going to reach out to me. You're going to text me, email me, call me whenever. If it's Saturday morning or Tuesday night because something pops up.
I know somebody who's done that.
Yeah,
I'm one of those guys.
You are. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we have to work when other people aren't, because that's when you're searching for houses, right? So really just kind of going through there and saying, hey, Justin, what about 123 Main Street? What does this one look like? What am I looking like in a monthly payment? What are my out-of-pocket expenses going to be? And kind of going on that property by property kind of search from there.
So we get the pre-approval letter. We search, and we find a real estate agent. We find a home that we like.
Yep.
Stay with me. We're going to go to the next step when we come back. Sound like a plan?
It sounds like a plan.
All right, we're going to get you back to music here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. This is the Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show on Clubhouse217.com. This is the Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show on Clubhouse217.com, Clubhouse Lounge Radio. It is Friday morning, and with me is Justin Gensler from 217 Mortgage, and Justin's been with me, gracious enough to be with me all morning long, and we've talked about the process of getting a home loan. We found out a little about him, get your pre-approval letter, find your property. You mentioned something earlier in the morning, though, Justin, about payments and the market and rates. Let's talk a little about that, because they're a lot different than they were 4 years ago.
Yes, they are.
And they can really affect what a person can afford. Mm-hmm. And how have you and your team worked that to help consumers out?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of control what you can control, right? You can't control rates. You just can't control that type of stuff. But really there are rules on legally kind of like what you can qualify up to. This percentage needs to look like this, and this one, and this one, and this one. I like to take it a step further, and you tell me what your budget is. There's things that I'm not going to see. I don't know how much you like to go out to eat or go to the movies or go on trips and things like that. So we really need to figure out what's comfortable for you and helping advocate for you in that price point.
Right.
Okay, and the market can change while you're searching. Okay, so a good lender, like we kind of pride ourselves on being, and we're going to keep you in the loop on what's going on. I mean, you really saw it, even a couple of years ago where rates really started climbing quickly, and people had letters out there where they were approved up to this, and now the market changed and you just don't qualify for that much anymore because that payment is now higher.
Have you seen a lot of that here in the last couple of years too, where
absolutely.
You've had a pre-approval letter, say 6 months ago, but that market, because it's every day the market is changing, something's going on, and now you've had to give them different pre-approval letter because of that?
Yeah, I mean, we're not the type of company that is just going to send you a letter and say, holler at us later, right? Like, our job is to stay in contact with you and let you know what's going on. I've seen plenty of people where buying a house was a good financial decision for them, and then it wasn't. And that's okay. Like, we want it to be a win-win for everybody involved. And, hey, this was kind of my budget going in. Now, if I want that house, it looks like this. That doesn't make sense for them anymore. And that is perfectly fine.
Well, because the housing market has jumped, too. It's
not just rates. It's values.
Right. Of everything.
And a lot of, everything.
Everything.
Yes.
So we've talked that now. So once they find that out, find their budget, because that is really important. And buying a home twice now, I have found that out too. That okay, what can you actually afford? Because nobody knows their financial situation better than themselves.
Absolutely.
So yeah, but honesty up front too, I feel is a lot of help for you guys as well.
Yeah, you really want to make sure you're aligning yourself. And again, building your team the right way. In the real estate world, there is commission involved.
Right.
Okay.
Just like everything.
Just like everything. The higher something is, the more commission that kind of comes in.
Right.
Okay? But aligning yourself with the right people that put a back seat to that. Okay. I always kind of joke where I would rather do 10 loans for $1 million than one loan for $1 million. Okay. Same income at the end of the day. Right, but I would rather help 10 families do it the right way.
You're saying total $1 million. Gotcha.
Yes,
Okay.
Total, and do it the right way and spread that way rather than just focus on
one big chunk.
One big thing.
Right, because you're gaining clients for those 10, and I think you'll agree with me. Word of mouth is some of the best advertising and best things you can get, especially, and you guys do a great job with that here at 217 Mortgage. Justin Gensler joining me this morning here on the Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show. We're going to get you back to the music and dive in a little bit more here, and we'll even talk Illini basketball later on in the morning, so stay with us here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio, clubhouse217.com. You're listening to Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. This is clubhouse217.com. I'm Keith Gibson, your host Monday through Friday for the Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show, and with me today on this Friday morning is Vice President of 217 Mortgage, Justin Gensler. Justin's been with us and gracious enough to be with us all morning long, and we've talked kind of the steps of a mortgage, how you guys walk everybody step through step from the pre-approval letter to finding the house to the market and things that you just can't control because you have no control. And a lot of times that's misconstrued as well. But now let's talk about a little bit more. What's the next step for people when it becomes real?
Yeah, quote unquote, now it's real. Now it's happening.
Right.
So you're...
The oh shit moment.
Oh shit, here we go. We need some boxes. It's a stressful time.
It is.
It's a major life event. You are coordinating so many things, from movers to maybe putting your kids in a new school district to anything and everything. So, but you're not done. You're not at the closing table. You haven't signed the paperwork yet. One thing that we really try to do is get a lot of the legwork out early while you're shopping. There are documents that you have to supply. You can't just tell me you make $1 million a year, and I'm like, okay, sounds good to me. So, you have to get your pay stubs. You have to verify your bank accounts. You have to prove you make money and prove you have money.
Right.
Okay. Another step too,
which is important.
Yes, for sure. And you have to make sure the property's worth what you're buying. You're protected there. You can go under contract to purchase a house for $200,000, but do you want to buy that house that's only worth $150,000? Probably not. You would probably want some protections there. So there's an appraiser that's going to go out, and they're going to make sure that it's worth what you're buying. That's another process going through it. And aligning yourself with somebody at 217 Mortgage that is really familiar with our local market that can really streamline that loan process is so important, because it's, like I said, you have life still going on, okay? So where I see it the most is when you don't work ahead and you don't already have certain things verified, it becomes a lot of stress.
And that's where you guys come in, have been very helpful. I mean, both of my house loans we've done through you guys, and it's for a first-time home buyer, which I was 10 years ago now, which is crazy to say it 10 years ago already. But it's okay, here's what we need, here's where next steps, and you're constantly letting the buyer know, here's where we're going. And that is very important to me, just because if you have no clue, you need somebody to almost hold your hand and walk you through the process.
Transparency is so important, and I think it's a lost art, and people just want real.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't necessarily even need to know the why half the time. Justin, what do you need? Okay, if I give you this, this, and this, can I buy this house? Yes.
Right.
Okay, let's just cut through it all.
Right.
Let's
cut the BS and let's just
get you
through
to your
it.
end goal. We'll go have a beer later.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
yes, I do. I do.
But, and I think that sometimes people, when you start letting emotions get into real estate transactions, is really where you see that stress really just wear on you.
It does, and you're exactly right. And that's why it's so important to be transparent, be real, and just upfront and honest. And with that, you can go a long way, because once you get all that and everything's in, then it comes the easy part. And we'll come back here in a minute and we'll talk about the easy part.
For sure.
All right, you're listening to Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show with Justin Gensler, VP of 217 Mortgage. He's going to join us all morning long, and we'll be back to the music, then back with him in just a little bit on Clubhouse217.com. It's the Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show on a Friday morning. We hope you had a good week and you're looking forward to the weekend. This is Keith Gibson, your host each and every Monday through Friday here on the Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show. My guest today is Vice President of 217 Mortgage, Justin Gensler. Justin, you've been with us this morning. We've kind of went through the process of talking about the step-by-step, what to expect when purchasing a home. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or you bought several, the steps never change, but they do because the industry changes. Mm-hmm. When everything's said and done, though, and you're getting ready to sign the dotted line, what can people expect at closing?
I've talked to some people, and I think it's this big, scary thing. Okay, they're going to walk into this big boardroom, and there's going to be a bunch of stuffy people there. It's very laid back, very simple. We really want to prepare you. That way, you're walking in, it should not take a whole lot of time. Whatever money is needed from you that day, you simply go to your bank and get a cashier's check, and you walk in there ready to sign. Nowadays in 2025, a lot of documents are e-signed. Okay, so about half of your stuff is already signed before you even get there. Better yet, you're going to sign some paperwork. We're going to make sure that everything's good, that we don't have to come back.
T's dotted, I's dotted, T's crossed.
Yep, for sure. And then you and the seller are both going to sign your side. The title company is going to do their little magic and disperse the funds to everybody, hit their magic button, and you're going to leave with keys, and you're going to go do your thing.
And a lot of times you don't even meet the people you're buying from. Am I wrong or right on that?
Sometimes you still don't.
Right.
Sellers aren't even there half the time.
Right.
They have an attorney signing as a power of attorney for them or something. But it's a great time to go there and ask, any quirks to the house,
garage door openers,
right. Codes. How many people have a key to this house?
Right.
Maybe it's time to get a locksmith out there to change the locks if you need to.
It's the little things that sometimes they don't always think about, but you guys do, and your team does.
Yep.
That remind you, hey, these are things you need to think about.
And really, partnering with the right real estate agent is really going to help you with a lot of that, too. I mean, it's the little things where, utilities and getting those into your name right away. And they really help expedite that for you instead of just, okay, now what?
Right.
Hope I didn't forget something, and yeah.
So you say don't forget anything. We got a couple more times for you to come back and join us here. We're going to get back to the music. Come back. Let's talk about what happens after the documents are signed. Sound like a plan?
Yep.
All right. You're listening to Clubhouse Lounge Radio, the Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show on Clubhouse217.com. It's Friday morning. This is the Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show on Clubhouse217.com. With me today, Justin Gensler, VP of 217 Mortgage. He's been with us all morning talking about the process and the step-by-step for not just first-time home buyers, but for somebody who's bought a home, because the market and things are constantly changing in the industry, and he's kind of helped us know what to do up until signing. But now let's talk about where you guys really shine. I mean, really, really shine. And that's after all the paperwork's done, you got keys to your new home. Now it's the, oh shit, what do we do now moments.
Well, I always joke we just got married.
Yeah, right. I mean,
we're stuck together for a while.
Right. Yeah.
We're going to meet every month.
What sets you apart from everybody else about after? I don't want to call it the sale, but after the sale.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things is the actual what's called servicing of the loan. So who are you paying?
Right.
While these horror stories out there where, I did my loan with this place, then they sold it to this company. Now I'm paying this person and paying that. We're really proud to say that we service over 98% of our loans. There are rare instances. It could be kind of a unique situation where somebody needs a special investor loan program out there.
Those are the rare occasions.
Very, very rare. But more times, 98% of the time, you're making your payment straight to us every month. We're there. You still have my cell phone. You're probably still going to see.
Sometimes you wish I didn't have your cell phone number.
But I love it. I would rather people ask me
yeah,
and help you before it becomes a problem. We take a lot of pride in that because, listen, you're going to see us at the same grocery stores you go to. You're going to see us at the same sporting events or Illini game or kids sport. We want to create that long-lasting relationship and letting maybe rates go down and maybe we can help you save some money on refinancing, or you're going to buy another home because your family grew. We want to be part of that. We're not a transactional company. And I think that is
great word. I
think that's really where this industry has gotten, and really where we try to, differentiate ourselves. Testicle education coming out there later. But, is really just like, we're here.
Right.
Life happens, things happen. Just call us. We are very solution based.
I will tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, that the man sitting across from me right now here on the morning show, Mr. Gensler, I have texted him at 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night. I may have some random question, and I'll shoot him a text. But you know what? He always gets back to me. And this is the entire process even after. Even today, the last week or something, if I get a question about a house, hey, here's what I'm thinking. What do you think? It's that type of thing, but that's what you guys do. You, Shay, your entire team here at 217 Mortgage. And, of course, we want to thank you guys for being supportive of our high school football presentation, you and Shay more, because it is key to us. And you guys never stop. You don't. And so we appreciate that. But, hey, we're going to take a quick break, get back to the music for a little bit. Then Justin's going to come back with us. And we're going to talk about one of his other loves, not just his family. He loves his family and loves his job, but he also loves Illini basketball. We're going to talk that here in just a little bit on the Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. Wrapping up Friday's edition of the Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio. I'm Keith Gibson. Make sure you join us all next week and follow us on social media. We've got our great guests lined up next week, including Coach Logan Patton from the Unity Rockets. He'll join us on Wednesday. We've got Chief Rob Ross, Monticello Police Chief. He's joining us on Tuesday. And then follow us on our social media, Clubhouse 217 Clubhouse Lounge Radio, for guests coming next week. But with me today, Justin Gensler from 217 Mortgage. And Justin, we've talked about the entire process from start to finish, from the pre-approval letter to servicing after the transaction is done. But let's talk something fun. Well, I got you. Let's talk Illini basketball.
Go Illini, baby.
Yeah, we were talking off air there is how at the beginning of this year I was like, who are these guys? Because we had such a turnover, and Coach Underwood has done such a fantastic job with this group, and we both joked that we can't pronounce half their names, but it's okay.
I think that's one thing that you can kind of take for granted, and one thing that as long as Brett Underwood is at the helm, you're going to have a winner and the right culture on that floor.
The culture is a great word because that same culture, the hard work, the dedication you're seeing in these guys, even from freshman through senior, and from Kylan Boswell, getting the free throw line more than he ever has. I've seen growth in him. KJ, and don't ask me to pronounce his name because I'm just going to call him KJ, but Ivisic, as a freshman, a big guy, he's done well. But the guy, Morez Johnson, is the guy that I'm excited about as another freshman. He's playing some big minutes and playing well.
Yeah, it is. It's just the work that the staff is doing. I just don't think it. I mean, they get a lot of credit. They just don't get enough.
Right.
They are doing things that has never been done here. It is a NIL world out there.
It's
and
crazy.
It's totally different. And to be able to navigate that and, really make, Champaign a perennial basketball town nationally. I mean, and it is, gosh dang, it's fun to watch.
It is. It is, man. It is.
I know. I'm a Cubs fan. I'm a Bears fan. I'm a Bulls fan. There is nothing that can affect my mood like an Illini basketball game.
Right. Because the other three
I'm
aren't
used to
helping
the
at
Bears
all.
losing. All
Right.
right. Like
Yeah, as a Cub fan, we got to celebrate 2016, and then since then it's been
yeah.
and as Bulls,
Yeah, that's just.
it's ugly.
Maybe
No, the
Michael
Illini
Jordan.
are something that, and you can see a packed house.
Yes.
You can see the State Farm Center's packed every night, even when the kids aren't there. There's a great aura going on right now, and it's fun. And when you can beat Indiana like you did the other about a week ago, that's always fun too. You beat Oregon on the road by the biggest margin of
By a
victory.
million,
Yeah, that's fun. And this team's only getting better and playing more together. So
100%. I'd love to see what they're doing overseas. I feel like we're the only team doing what we're doing.
Right.
This in-season recruiting overseas, like that's wild. Can you just imagine all the work you have to put in practice and things like that, but still prioritizing next year
right
across the pond?
Hey, well, we're talking Illini basketball. I want to give a shout out to Brody Keith. He takes care of the facilities over there at the Euban Center for the Illini basketball program. Big supporter of the station, big supporter of myself, and so I want to give him a shout out this morning. We're talking Illini basketball. Brody, if you're listening, we appreciate you, buddy, and keep up the good work over there because he's keeping everybody fed and taken care of too. So, and those boys are growing, and they are. But I'm anxious to see what the Illini do the rest of the way because we're not far from March.
No, we are not. We actually just did a really big partnership with U of I that we're really excited about here at 217. And you go to a game, you're going to see us a lot inside the
That's
stadium.
awesome.
Along with a lot of great members of the team here. It's real exciting. And
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's big for you guys. I know
Yeah,
it is.
it is.
That's fun for you too.
It is.
Yeah. Justin Gensler, Vice President of 217 Mortgage. Justin, how can people contact you?
217 Mortgage is super easy to remember, but as we've talked here, call, text me anytime.
What's the number they can call?
217-369-0669.
And then they go to 217mortgage.com, correct?
Absolutely.
They can fill out an application right there as well, get some easy information, basic information, and then your team will reach out and start that process of taking them step by step.
Absolutely.
My friend, thank you for joining us here on the Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show. We look forward to seeing you guys continue to grow because you have over the past 217 Mortgage now is what, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years?
We're gonna be 6 years old this year.
That's what I thought. I knew it was close. So congratulations on that as well. We look forward to continue seeing you grow. And if you have any questions or anything, please reach out to Justin and his team at 217mortgage.com. We're going to get you back to music. We'll see you on Monday morning for the Clubhouse Cafe Morning Show here on Clubhouse Lounge Radio at clubhouse217.com.